Hi everyone. This lesson is on Chapter 6, Positive and Neutral Messages. I'll use the terms routine and direct messages to be more precise. First, a brief discussion of letters. Be sure to review Appendix A on letter format. Though email has become more pervasive, letters still play a prominent role in business. We use them to communicate with readers outside the company, other companies, customers, and clients, and potential customers, among others. They provide a permanent record. They are confidential and can convey private, secure data. They convey formality and sensitivity and can be more personal. Follow format guidelines. The most common format is the block style. Look at figure 6.1 in your textbook. This example uses pre-printed letterhead stationery. Note the line spacing, single, and the font type, Times New Roman. One thing I will say, at the bottom in the signature block, I know of no business that puts their business name in the signature block. Look also at figure A.2. This provides more detail about formats. You can see the line spacing. Finally, go to course content, then support materials, then sample documents. And look at the item's standard letter routine message. By the way, you'll also see the document standard memo, which has a sample memo, which shows memo format. Format is as important as the content. The document must have a good appearance. It needs to look easy to read. If it looks messy or cluttered or in any way unprofessional, it does not matter how good the content is, the reader will not read it. Now, onto the main attraction, writing routine direct messages. Not all of these messages are positive. However, none of them are negative, even if they discuss negative issues. Still, they all share some traits. They are routine. These are the day-to-day messages of a business. These are the daily requests from customers and the replies to those requests. These are the daily internal messages, such as policy and procedure updates, announcements, instructions, and the like. Routine means they occur on a daily basis, a routine weekly basis, a monthly basis, and they all follow the same basic organizational strategy, direct. So let's look at what the direct organizational strategy means. The main point or the main idea comes first. This could be the main request for information or the main response to that request or whatever's appropriate. Any explanation or details will follow in the middle. For example, if it's a request for information, there will be a numbered list of specific questions. If it's a reply, it will be the answers to the questions, typically in order, unless one of the answers has to be no, then we save that for the end of the section. That's followed by the closing, which would be appropriate to the message. If it's a request, it will ask for action. If it's a response, it will tell the reader what to do, if anything. These messages use you view. That means it puts the reader first. Instead of saying, I would like information, it would say, would you please provide information? These messages use positive or neutral language. Even if it's a claim or a complaint letter, it has zero negative language. Not just negative words like not or cannot, but words that have negative connotations, such as however. It's really simple and basic. These are one-page messages, typically 3 to 4 paragraphs or sections. Now, let's look at how to create a routine request for information message. If you aren't already there, go to Blackboard, go to Learning Module 3, and go to Week 3, Chapters 5 and 6. Scroll down to the Chapter 6 lecture notes, and you can view the Constructing a Positive Message PowerPoint at your own pace, but we'll look at it quickly now. First, make sure it is formatted correctly. This example is a letter. The writer's address or company letterhead, the date that it is being put in the mail, the reader's name and address, and an appropriate greeting. Pay attention to the box at the bottom regarding the greeting. Never address a letter, Dear Sir, or Dear Madam, or Dear Sir or Madam, or to whom it may concern. This is rude, and it shows a lack of research and sensitivity on your part. Start with your main point using you view. You can add a brief reason for your request. Then ask relevant questions. and use a numbered list to improve readability. Avoid yes/no questions. You might need one or two, but the majority should be open questions, open-ended questions. Close with a clear, specific, easy action, adding goodwill. Don't say thank you. The reader hasn't done anything for you yet. Do not presume. Save the thank you for a later message. These basic principles also apply to all the routine direct messages discussed in Chapter 6, including the routine responses, instructions, claims and complaints, adjustments, and goodwill messages. About instructions. When giving actual steps, use the appropriate imperative command mood. Note the difference. Not the contract should be sent immediately. That's not an instruction. Send the contract immediately. Okay? The command mood, the imperative mood. About claims and complaints. Avoid negative language. Avoid anger. Use a clear, rational tone and provide supporting details and evidence. About adjustment letters. Be careful. If you are considering adding an apology, be careful. If you are at fault and you feel the need to apologize, go ahead, but avoid apologizing. Never start or end with an apology. Build it into the explanation section in the middle of the message. But do not admit to being at fault. That could run into various issues, even legal issues. We'll learn more about this in Chapter 7, the bad news message. That's the basics. Now, let's look at your first writing assignment. Back in Learning Module 3, you'll find the assignment, Chapter 6, Positive Neutral Message Assignment. You can download the document. You'll see the due date of the assignment. Under your assignment, you'll see 4 options. You will choose one of the cases. You will write the appropriate message based on the case scenario. Read it in the book. Don't just look at this and think, okay, I'll write a message about planning a winter retreat. Each case scenario gives you specific details and information. You might need to fill in some gaps. but most of the information is there. Doing any other case other than one of these four will result in an automatic 0. If you look at one of these cases and alter the case scenario for your own purposes or pleasure, you're essentially writing a different case and you will receive an automatic 0. You will do peer evaluation. For peer evaluation, I will set up peer evaluation groups and create peer evaluation group pages in Blackboard, and I will post specific instructions. Failure to participate in the peer evaluation will result in a 10% penalty on your assignment grade. By participation, this means you have to upload your rough draft for peer evaluation, and you have to have somebody peer evaluate it. If you are not able to peer evaluate somebody else's because it's already been done or no one requested it, that's a different issue. But setting up these groups in Blackboard should solve that issue. Pay attention to the due dates. Complete the peer evaluation by Saturday, June 20th. Make sure you return it or have it returned to you by June 21st, Sunday, and then the final assignment is due on Tuesday, the 23rd. You have to submit multiple documents. You have to have a final draft, you have to have a rough draft, and you have to have the completed peer evaluation form. You'll upload all of these in Blackboard. You have to attach them all at one time and then click on Submit. I will have instructions posted with the assignment in Blackboard. Also, if you go to the Start Here page and scroll down, you will find instructions on how to submit your assignments. Any questions? One last thing. If you'll notice at the bottom of the assignment sheet, this is the grading rubric. This is how I will grade your assignment. Based on content, organization, mechanical and grammatical correctness and style, the things covered in chapters 3 and 4, format, which we've just discussed, and completeness, that you submitted all of the required assignments, including self-evaluation. All of these forms are located in Blackboard, and I will make sure to indicate where they are located for you. But very quickly, if you go back to the course content page, scroll down to support materials, and you'll see the folder that says peer and self-evaluation forms. And at the top, you will see the positive message peer evaluation form and the negative message, and the positive message, sorry about that, positive message self-evaluation form. And then you'll see the same for remaining assignments. Okay? If you have any questions, send me an email.